do? Hello everyone. Hope you're having a great Saturday. I'm having a pretty good one. And I hope your weekend is going to go as well as this stream is showing off the embarrassingness of my I'm kind of embarrassed to show you all of my oops, not this one. Not this one. Don't sell, just back. The state of my ships, because they are quite old in terms of the last time I did engineering in all my stuff. And I think it's about time I went back through my ships to look at them and see what the heck was I thinking. And number two, start getting ready to just take all of my ships, all of them, and do a tour on the fleet carrier to all of the engineering places, starting with Farseer, and then maybe going to. I was thinking doing the Celine Jean, the Armorer, and getting all the experimental effects. Because I have, oops, I'm not even in a ship right now. I'm in this. I I don't know if you have had this happen to you too. Like you have all the blueprints of all the engineers, and you have grade 5 of all this stuff, but you haven't visited an engineer in quite some time. And now it's time to visit those engineers and get those experimental effects. However, you have so many ships that it's such a pain to go to with one ship at a time and fly them all the way to Farseer. Then you gotta fly all the way to who knows who, where, and all that kind of stuff. Am I right? But since I have this fleet carrier, I'm thinking today I'm gonna go and make a list of all the people I want to visit. And if you guys want to come too with your ships, because I have a shipyard. Um, in the future, we can set up a time where we have an engineering taxi. Everybody comes on. We have a big old engineering like parade. Get on the fleet carrier, bring your ships, and let's go get our experimentals. Right? Am I right? Just me? Okay, great. Let's go and look at our first ship. Actually, no. We need to go pick up a ship. I need to use the cargo conga to get my other ship. Okay, we're gonna start with this one. This is my favorite ship, the escape pod. Sounds like a fleet carrier road trip, right? Okay, Rise. Rise Plunkett. That's a cool name. That's an old name. One of my favorite aces from the First World War. His last name I think was Rise or something like that. That's such a cool name. Alright, we're here on business. We're gonna I'm here about a ship. Okay?
I'll be over here if you need any help.
Barney, I need you to get me something.
I'm here
Barney,
if you have any questions.
I need you to get me this. Okay? This is my favorite T9. Out of all my T9s, of which I have 2, this is my favorite.
Take care out there, Commander.
Thanks, Barney. Barney really looks out for me. So I came to this realization last night when I was doing all these runs, and I had my T9. Then I had my second T9 that I jump into for these cargo congas. If you don't know what a cargo conga is, it's something I made up, and it's a fast way to load up your fleet carrier using 2 ships at once. If you want to know what that is, look, we just came out with a video on Thursday. It's in the middle of the video somewhere. I put an Easter egg in the video where it mentions the cargo conga before it explains what it is. Let me know in the comments if you found it. I was very happy with myself where I snuck it in there. Anyways, so I had 2 of these, right? And I took off in the second one, and I'm on the landing pad here at Dietz Settlement. Is a classic Belgian place, and my ship wouldn't move. I was like, uh-oh, my keyboard's not working. And then I'm like, oh, you know, you do the thing, you're pressing the buttons, you're clickety clack, my keyboard's not working. Oh, am I using chat? You know, because sometimes it's like, you know, you're like, I don't know, you're like this, and like, why can't I move? Why is it? Then you would do this, and everybody laughs at you because they realize that your chat was on. It wasn't that. My keyboard just was not working. I don't know what was going on. And I thought, wait a second, maybe it's not the keyboard. Maybe it was all of these were unpowered because what had happened was I had engineered thrusters on the T9 and turned everything off, and I had no idea. And there I was, sat on the tarmac of this station with about 784 tons of bauxite, of which I will buy. Oh, geez, its price has gone up, but I'm gonna buy it anyway. Of bauxite, like this. Granted, it's not that much, isn't it? See this ship here. Look at this. If I go here to the engineer's workshop, as you can see, I have a lot of stuff here, right? This armor, that's for the not the like the armor in optional. That's like the armor in the core. And so I need to go and up the armor of all bunch of guys, because this guy only has armor of like grade 1. So we need to upgrade all these armors to grade 5s. I'm not even sure I have all the materials for it. But in any case, I had upgraded the engines, but I didn't upgrade the power plant. This was to a different ship. This store was a different ship, but how? What? I don't understand. How does this ship work? Oh. I don't know. Again, another reason why I need to go ahead and get all of my ships and just do everything all at once and get all these ships re-engineered. Some of these ships have legacy engineering, which is like when engineering first came out, and back when it was like an RNG like nightmare. And it was so I had a bunch of things like FSDs and lightweight what have yous. They're all legacy, and so I couldn't do like experimentals because the problem with legacy, it won't let you, the engineering won't let you upgrade unless you redo your module, which makes sense. But it's a hassle, especially when you don't have the blueprint for that specific module. So I have a couple of those. And would you believe it? I even found... Hey, there's somebody here. Who is that? Logan 6 is here. Crikey. Okay, unlock, lock. There we go. And jump.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alright. So I'm going to start with the ships I use the most. And then after that, I'm going to start looking at modules I use the most. Because I'm not going to go ahead and well, I will go ahead and re-engineer everything. But there's some ships I just don't use. Like, let's see, well, I say that. But every time I say oh, I never use an adder. But then tomorrow I'll use the adder. And I'm like, oh, I should engineer this sometime. But I don't use the adder. But I do use the Cobra quite often. So I want to look at my Cobra. I want to look at Orca, of course. And then ships I don't use only because I've never taken the time to engineer them. As you saw at the beginning of the stream, my Corvette. Now it has a bunch of engineering stuff in it only because it looks like it's really engineered, but I just throw stuff in there. It doesn't actually, none of that is its stuff. So it just holds a bunch of engineered items. It's kind of like an engineering bank. Okay, do this, do that. And then while my ship flies around, I get to have fun in external. I get to have fun in external. There we go. The Ghost Giraffe spacebar. I really hope... Okay, good. Because sometimes I think I have auto docking on, but my ship is has 1% speed, and then it just rams into the bottom of my fleet carrier. Not today. Proceeded to land. Is it landing? Okay, there we go. I was wondering. Okay, there we go. Looking at this thing. So if you want to join us, the first place we're going to hit up is Farseer. Again, we'll probably do this again at a different stream, or maybe next week if you guys want. Maybe we'll have a stream during the week. Speaking of which, the last stream we did with the map mining, people wanted to know the numbers. How much did I end up mining? Well, I think personally I mined 864 tons myself. And then everyone else I bought, let's see, I bought, looks like 2,368. So I bought that many tons off of people. And in total it was like 3,004 tons. So once I sold all that and I minus the cost of buying tonnage from all the other miners, I got a profit of 500 million from just yesterday. Well, 513 million, but it's 500 million. That's not bad. I was hoping for a little bit better. I was hoping to break 6 million, but I suppose I could have mined myself a little bit more, but I did not. Also, I was expecting a little bit more from just random people selling to the fleet carrier, but that was not the pass. I don't think anybody aside from people from our Discord turned in stuff to my carrier. Okay, I'm gonna transfer all this bauxite. I got so now I have 13,000 bauxite. Bauxite is selling like the dickens. It is crazy. Let me see if it's still up. There's a trade route that is all bauxite. Let's see. Is it still going? It's still going. I'll show you. Check this out. I don't know why I'm showing you this, because then you guys are going to get it. Okay. So I think I'm here. No, I'm not. I'm somewhere else. But bauxite, regardless, it's under 1,000 credit per ton, right? And it's selling for 41,000 per ton. Oh my gosh. So if I fill up my cargo carrier with all of it, I'll have a profit of 800 million. That's nuts. This is the biggest haul I've seen in a trade run since I've started. Oh, you guys aren't seeing anything. Hold on. You can't see anything. Why is this not capturing what I'm showing you? There we go. I apologize. There we go. So let me explain again. So there's bauxite here, right? So if you go to the Camball, the Bethek hub in Camball, I can't read, and you get bauxite. I think bauxite isn't that like ore, and then you get aluminum out of it? I don't know. Anyways, it's 735 credits per ton. They have supply of a ton of it, and then you sell it at this place, Russell City, and you get 41,000. That's almost. I mean, the cost of it is almost negligible compared to the profit. That's the highest I've seen. That's the highest flip I've seen. So if you got even if you have a large cargo vessel, I think somebody last night made 31 million in one trip. It was a 5-jump trip, but still. Anyways, I want to share that with you because that's what I'm going to be doing later on. I'm going to sell that 13,000 I have in my cargo and my fleet carrier. Oh wait, there we go. Cryodroid made 300 million this morning. Nuts. Oh, thank you, Mongrels, for the 72 units of platinum. Okay, so I'm gonna sell those later on. I was loading up crazy amounts. I was just like hardcore, just like bauxite, all last night. I got it around 1,200 and 12,000. Okay, so we're going back inside, and we're gonna take a look at the things I want to hit up first. The priority ships. Starting with the best ship in the game, the only ship in the game that really matters. All the other ships are like extra. You know, like there's in any good game, there's a main quest, right? And then there's all the side quests. Well, the main quest ship, if you guys didn't know, is the Orca. And so, okay, so this is my Orca. Let's take a look at her. Pretty nice. Jump range, 53 jump range. That's pretty good. Now, speed, fastest ship in the game, sort of. It used to be. I think the Mamba is, but I think I can definitely outturn the Mamba. So Mamba's good in a straight line, while the Orca is good at handling. So if there was an F1 race, I would say the Orca would beat the Mamba, and the Mamba would just crash into a wall. Okay, so here, everything's good here. The reason why this isn't higher is because I like to run around with this crazy stuff. I like to run around with force shell cannons. Because I can't tell you how often it's come up where I need to shoot another ship away from me, and these things work. Or we do crazy stuff like we fire these force shell cannons at a landed ship, and then you jump an SRV on top of it, and it sends it like a trampoline into the heavens. So very useful stuff for having fun. That's pretty much all I use that for. Now here, all this stuff here, we've got angled plating, heavy duty armor, all the way to the fives. This is all engineered just how I want it. And the reason why it's angled plating, a lot of times I like to run this in a CG, and if I get interdicted, a lot of the times the ammo that's being shot at me by other players is kinetic stuff, so I have angled plating. Thermal spread, all these things here, this is all fine here. Let's see. I think for the life support, I would have to go to Colonia and unlock that final lightweight life support person all the way in Colonia, which I will do at some point, just not anytime soon. And the sensors are lightweight sensors. I don't think it needs like stripped because it's already so lightweight. It really would just get rid of like 1 ton or something like that. Shield boosters, these things I cycle in and out of. I share these a lot with other ships. I'm not even sure which. Okay, no, these are all heavy duty ones. So I have other ones that have different resistances. You know, you could do resistances of thermal, kinetic. I mean, sure you could do explosive, but really, it's only thermal kinetics that I look out for. On this one, I use a bi-weave because a lot of times I just need enough shields to last me from not being hit. If the shields go down, it's okay. It's going to come back. Reinforced shields. What I like to give this is it's reinforced, but I would like to give it a fast regen experimental. Okay, then it has a Guardian frame shift drive, a fuel scoop. It's the only ship that I give a fuel scoop to. And Xeno Olympic controller. Why do I have a Xeno Olympic controller? Oh, I remember. I was going to use this to get the last week when we did the when we were taking samples from all the different Thargoids. I was going to use this ship because I like its maneuverability, but at the same time I wanted to shoot, so I used my crate instead. Then of course detailed surface scanner. Honestly, I think this one's fine. I don't think I really need much to do here. Yes, I could do better with the shield boosters, but honestly, I cycle these in and out so much. These aren't, I don't even consider as part of its build, because they're just kind of there. Okay, I'm just looking. I gave your carrier. Okay, I made 300. Okay, no one's said anything since I last looked at chat. Good. Everyone's firmly paying attention to what I'm saying here. Okay, the second ship I use the most is, can you guys guess? Second ship that I use the most is the Type 10 Defender. Now, if there's any other ship I would say in the game that I like the most, it's the Type 10. Number one, because it looks awesome. I mean, look at that. Holy mackerel. And like this unnecessary thing in the back, even better. I love the way this looks. I really don't care about its jump range. I don't really use it as an exploration ship. I used to. I actually eventually got it, and I think I got it nearly to 40 light year jumps. And I had a fighter bay in it and some SRVs, and I took it all the way to Horsehead Nebula, and then I flew it back just for fun. And I had a really great time doing that. And it's really fun to land on a planet and take it out in your SRV and just run around, gather some stuff, and then come back, and you come back to this giant like mobile house. It's so cool. I really like this. This one I have multiple uses for. Right now it's serving the purpose of mining, and as you can see, I'm gonna get rid of one of these mining lasers because actually one medium and two smalls is all I need. And also the way they're spread apart, the mining laser all the way on the side. Like it's got one here, right, and the one there, and then two right here. This one here is a pain in my butt because what it does, all the fragments come out. Oops. Going towards that one. And what I really want is for it to come out towards the middle. So I got rid of this one, and then when I did that, all of the fragments came out towards the middle and went right into my cargo scoop. Another thing I use this for is my it's all turrets. You can't see them here because I got rid of most of them, but these are all right here. These are all turrets. Long range weapon, overcharged, long range, overcharged, long range. The reason why is I use these for stacked massacre missions, and it's all turreted. Also, it will have in it tons of armor. Right now it's cargo. This thing's armored to the gills, and it usually even has what's that armor? That Guardian shield booster armor. That's in here too, and my shields just don't go down. Rarely it goes below 50%, and that's usually when I first jump into a system, and there'll be like 3 FDLs and an Anaconda shooting at me, and I'm standing still with my fighter pilot piloting the Omnimatron, and then I'm in the fighter in the Taipan shooting everything's butts, and then we blow everything up, and then at the end of the day he'll be like, well, that's the end of all I don't see any more targets, and we only went down to 54% shields. I'm like, great, that's good to know. And I think what helps out in a lot of that are these shield boosters. I have thermal block, force block, thermal block, thermal block, right? Super capacitors, I forget what that does. Super capacitors, same thing. So all these utility mounts are so handy for your shield boosters. And these 2-point defenses are great underneath your ship, so that way it shoots away all the hatch breakers. And you need 2. I tried running around with just 1, and I would say maybe 30% of the time, or a quarter of the time, they'd get through. So I put 2 defense turrets on there, and I'm fine. Let's see here. Hi, is this 2 hours of elite menus? Is it? I don't know. I hope not. Ghost Giraffe, I heard you got aim. Is it true you can rail snipe? No. Yeah, I'm really good. I'm so good at rail sniping things. Oh my lord. I tell you what. I'm so good. I retired all my rail guns and my gauze weapons, and you know what? I'm taking a break, and I'm just using turrets from now on. White clean drives? You're right, Martian Turtle. White clean drives indeed. Let's get rid. I have clean drives, right? Does this say clean drives? Why is this here? Martian Turtle, I don't know. This is what I'm talking about. We need to get rid of stuff like this. I don't know why this is here. It might be, actually, now that I think about it, I think it might be because of all these shield boosters this shield generator. Actually, this isn't even its shield generator. I use a class 8 prismatic shield generator with all the heat on top of it. I think that's why, actually. That's why we use a cooled down thrusters. Actually, I heard, I don't know, is it true that clean drives actually, they produce more heat? Is that true? Because if that's true, we need to get rid of this. I don't know. JSB, oh my goodness, thank you so much for the £5. It's always lovely to see you, and I'm hoping you're having a great day. It's odd, your ship management screen looks a little bit different to the one I say. You know what? It might be. Do you usually just see this? Because if you just show details here, and I do that, do you have something different? I didn't know about this button until embarrassingly late in the. I was like, man, this really sucks. I can't see what I have. I hate this. And I would go to Horizons to look at my ships and see what I had on them. Then one day I saw show details, and I was like, oh, what happens if I press the equal sign? Oh my god. Let's never speak of this again. Yeah. I don't know. Let's see. Clean drives don't actually save much heat. They eat more power, so ambient heat with them is higher. And they don't go room. Yeah, I don't know why I have these then. I don't know why I have them. Where did they go? I might just put dirty drives on them. I don't know. That's something to consider. All right. Okay. So we went to the first and foremost we did with the Orca, right? Then we did Omnometron. The next ship I use the most. Which one you guys think it is? Because honestly, I don't know. Let's see. I'm trying to take a look. Actually, I do use this one a lot. I use the Blue Razor. This is my when I do suit missions, like missions to upgrade my suits and my personal weapons. I use this ship here. I like to pretend the Mandalorian, and I'm using the Blue Razor for obvious reasons. And I just use missile racks. I want to do something more clowny with this. The reason why I use missile racks because I like to pretend I'm a Bayraktar above like a settlement, and I just rain down death and destruction from above. And then I go and I land and I come out with my SRV and we just run over people. And then after all that's said and done, then I get out my my Maverick suit and I'm like, oh, this is so easy. I can't believe getting rid of settlements is so easy for me. Even after I use an SRV and a freaking Cobra Mark II, 3 to take everything out before I even stepped foot in the settlement. But this stuff I'm gonna leave as is, because in my head, this is like another like kind of like a player account that I'm just doing by myself. Okay, so I don't know. I'll tell you what I used to use a lot. I used to use the Anaconda a lot, but I don't, and I really want to again. And I think it's because of this garbage I have on it. Okay, number one, no weapons. Look at this overcharged weapon with incendiary. Actually, that might be pretty good. Actually, that's probably a good weapon to have. But these ones here, overcharged weapon, but it has no experimentals. I have a whole module. I have drawers of modules, drawers upon drawers of modules with no experimentals on. That needs to end. Let's see here. It's underpowered just because I don't really use it. Look at this. A class 4 prismatic shield generator. Taking up a class 7 slot. What's going on here? I don't even know. It's like when you put on a jacket that you haven't worn in quite some time and you look inside, like, oh, my glasses. Here they are. That's what this is. Okay, another thing here. This cutter. Somebody said in the last stream that their cutter, they renamed it to the garbage can because that's where they put like all their like Imperial hammers and other stuff they don't use. Same thing here. It's a ghost town. I used to use the cutter quite often, and then I realized I can do everything in a cutter I want, but in a T10. But I feel like that's wrong. I feel that's not what you should be using a Type 10 for, and maybe I should use a cutter. So this needs to change. This is sad. This is so sad. Look at this. It's so much potential, right? Alright, what am I using this for? Okay, I got 30 drives here. Overcharge this, strip down, mass manager. Look, it's ready to go. I mean, the core internals are pretty solid. Let's see. I noticed. Okay, JSB replies says, I've not noticed the show details button at all. That explains a lot. Yeah, that's right. Laser Cops Viper? Question mark? Yeah, we're going to get to that. ED Engineer, make sure you have the mats. Right. Well, before we get to the mats, we're gonna see what things I want, and then from what I want, see if I have the mats for them. Orca, we already covered the Orca. The Orca's fine as is. It's perfect. It's the only ship I have that I care about. Isn't grade 5 dirty drives on Type 10 faster than turning than FDL? No. I don't. That's not true. False advertising. Okay, now let's go back to the cosmic squid. Cosmic squid, why I've named it this, I don't know. I don't remember. I wasn't there that day apparently. I don't I don't know why it's that called that. But look at this. Obviously, I cared about it enough to buy a ship skin for it and a kit, right? I did all this stuff. Real life money went into this. I don't use it. Why? Because I don't know what it does. I have a bunch of like stuff here. Okay, okay. All these are kinetic, and I got this weird pulse laser, and for some reason a burst laser. And I'll tell you right now, these two are turrets. I think my plan for these two was to put some sort of like Mimi experimental on them, so that way it hits the ship at least, right, and applies whatever experimental effect I wanted to put on it. I don't recall what they were, but this looks pretty good. Look at this heavy duty armor. This is fine. Dirty drive tunneling. This could be better. This needs the experimental on it. Not really. I mean, 28 light years. You're not really breaking the bank. You know, you're not really breaking the sound barrier. Putting master manager with that. This stuff, that's fine. Oh, jeez, God, that thing is so heavy. You know what I noticed last night or yesterday about the mining with the Defender? I need to put better sensors on it, because I realized whenever I was shooting those prospect limpets, I couldn't see it past 6 kilometers. And if I had better sensors on it, I could see them. And then also, on top of that, whenever I'm fighting out there doing massacre missions, I'm like, man, the local cops are killing everything before I even see them. Again, because I have a 4D sensor. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to upgrade that to... I'm going to go ahead and do A and put lightweight scanner on it. So I can see stuff. I didn't even realize that I was like, why is that doing it? Anyways, I digress. Okay. So the generator here, I think this generator goes to this ship. It's wearing the shield generator that was for it, but again, doesn't have experimental on it. It has a collector on it because now I realize what I used to use this for was fighting in conflict zones, and I would use this to pick up all the materials off of the ships I would blow up. Because in conflict zones, you can fight against other corvettes or other cutters, and they would have really good stuff to them. So that's what I use that for. And a fighter hangar because why not, right? This I don't need. Again, I'm not breaking the sound barrier with this thing, with it or without it. This can go, and I put something else. Because honestly, if it's on a fleet carrier, it's coming with the fleet carrier. And if I'm going anywhere, it's with the fleet carrier. Sealed. This thing, okay. Planetary vehicle hangar, don't need that. This is fine. Super cruise assist, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we need that, maybe we don't. Helvetii Raider. This is my anti-Thargoid stuff. People were yelling at me last time I should use a what are those things called? A chieftain? Notice I don't have any chieftains, no alliance ships. I'd like to change that because I've always wanted an alliance ship, and I bought one time, and I was like, I don't know what to do with this, and I have all these other ships. I'm just gonna sell it, and that's what I did. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this. Okay, now the other ship I like to use a lot is this one, the Fire Death Storm. This is one of my very early ships that when I got the game, this ship is the ship I wanted to get. And then we did space tourism, and I got the Orca as a meme, and then I couldn't afford the Python, and then I had to wait so long. But look at this thing. Oh, isn't that cool? I have so many ship skins for this thing too. It's so cool. I love it. I use this as a mining vessel. It's great. It can all this stuff is on purpose. So this ship here, again, I need the experimentals for this experimental here too. Shield boosters. Let's see, I have one here, and I think I want to put thermal block on it. And this isn't the shield that comes with it. This is only because it's rigged for mining. When I use it for other stuff, I have I think I use a 5 actually. I don't remember what I used the other ones for. But yeah, Fer-de-Lance, I'm not coming back to this. I just don't have fun flying a Fer-de-Lance. (2D frame shift drive? It's not even going across the street. I'm gonna share with you a funny story I did once. So a while ago, I was playing around with an asp. Where is it? I was playing around with this one here, right? And I wanted to see how low I could get its jump range. I wanted to see if I could get it to like 0.09 or something like that, right? So I was playing with it, and then I was like, okay, I couldn't get it as low as I wanted to, and then I left the menu, and I did this thing where I went to like the office here, and you know how like I was on a station at the time. You know, it says turn yourself in. You know that thing that says turn yourself in? I'd never seen that before. So turn yourself in. What? So I clicked it. I wanted to see what happened. And sure enough, it sent me to jail. I got sent to jail. I got sent like 100 light years away to some jail I've never been before, in a system with no planets, no other star bases, no electrical frontier, and I was stuck. And the last ship I had used was that freaking asp, so I couldn't leave. The next star system was, I think, 5 light years away, but I couldn't jump to it. I was stuck. I was literally stuck there. I couldn't do anything, and I left the penal colony, and I was like, oh no, I better go back and ship an FSD to me. The penal colony would not let me redock because I hadn't done a crime, and I was like, oh, what am I gonna do? I'm stuck here. Then I saw a fleet carrier, so I went to the fleet carrier, and I landed, and it had no engineering. I was like, oh my god. And then I saw another fleet carrier, so I went to that fleet carrier. I landed, it had engineering, and I was like, yay, yay, yay. And then I look, and it had apparently I had no FSDs that could fit. They're all too big. They couldn't fit onto the Asp Explorer. So I'm like, I can't believe I put myself in this situation. I didn't have a shipyard, so I couldn't ship myself another ship. And then I thought, wait a second. Oh, so what I did was I sold the FSD that was on it, and it gave me a higher grade FSD, like whatever it was. Let's see. Frame shift drive. I think I put like a 2E on it, right? And it gave me a 5E when I sold it. So even though the fleet carrier didn't have, you know, modules, it still gives you a default 5E module. And then I was able to jump out. Oh boy, I was about to like self-destruct and everything, but I was worried if I self-destructed, I'd still be in the same situation. Like, what can I do? Anyways, that's the story. That's the story. Okay, let's go ahead and let's go fly. Let's go somewhere and not look at the screen forever. First place we need to go is Farseer. So if you happen to be on the fleet carrier right now, we are going to Farseer, and we are going to figure out what we're going to do with our lives. Here. Uh-oh. Yeah, just what I thought. Icicle Town. I don't think I can go to any of these places. Can I go here? Can I park here? I can! Who knew? Okay, cool. I thought those are all going to be taken. I know I've shown you. So I've had this fleet carrier for 1 week. I've done 41 jumps and nearly 5,000 light year jumps, all in the bubble. Let's see. I've traded 100,000 units. Yeah, that's about it. Everybody in my crew is either named Numbers or Sparks. Numbers Booth. Oh wait, I lied. This lady here had a cool name, Genesis Flowers. And then this dude, Soul Bender. That's a name. And then this dude here, Harry Perry and his cool mustache. This guy, so all your crew, if you jump from system to system, they hang out in the bar, so you can see their faces. It doesn't show their nameplates, but you see their faces. This guy is the rarest one. I hardly ever see this dude. The end. That's my story. All right, who else is here though? Who else is in re-engineering time? Yes, Tom Riley. I've put it off for way too long. We have so many ships that have just bogus engineering on them. And I don't even know what they're for. Okay, who's here? Logan 6 and Cryodroid are here. Maybe they're coming along for the ride? We don't know. Okay, the other thing I haven't shown you guys is my bonkers... Look at my modules. Alright? Wait. Storage modules. Okay. You look at these and you tell me why I have these. Alright? You tell me. Look at this. Let's go to pulse lasers. Alright? It's turreted. It's engineered. For what reason? Let's see. Long range weapon. Scramble spectrum. Why? Why do I have this? It's one, and it's a grade. It's 1G too. Okay, this one here, long range weapon, thermal shock. Does this help me? Do I? I was like, I really need this to be long range. Okay, this one here. What's this one? Overcharged. Fine. Okay, this one is a pulse disruptor laser. This is a fancy one. Rapid fire modification and scramble spectrum. I think I know why I use this. This is back when engineering first came out, and scramble spectrum, that was a beautiful thing. If your shields were down and I hit you with a scramble spectrum, your ship could not do anything. They nerfed it considerably after that, because what I'd do is I'd just ram into you, because all I would have was this, and with my Orca I'd ram into you. And you couldn't run away, you couldn't boost, or sometimes you would boost but randomly, and you couldn't fire. You would shoot off heat sinks. It was like having 5 Thargoid sensors in your cargo bay, and you didn't have any like anti-corrosive stuff. This used to be the most wonderful weapon in the world, but alas, not so much. Pulse laser. Okay, this one's alright. Let's see, overcharge. These are fine. These should be on spaceships. Efficient weapon. Okay, again. Efficient weapon. I can tell you right now, this is even a legacy build. Scramble spectrum. I think that's why I have this. Because of the scramble spectrum. Oh, okay, I know why I have this. Back in the day when engineers were new, right? And back then, I don't know if you guys remember, you all remember, the experimental effect you got on your weapon was random. You had no control over what kind of experimental effect you would get on your thing. And I had a lot of materials for efficient weapon, and I didn't want to waste, and all I wanted was this scramble spectrum, so I could mess up people's ships. And I didn't want to waste my stuff on like overcharged weapon, right? Because if I got something cool, if I didn't, whatever. But I really wanted scrambled spectrum, and I had mats for this, and that's why. See, I even got up to like grade 4, and I'm like, yes, I got scrambled spectrum. That's why this is here. That's the story of this. Do I need this still? I don't think so. Look, I'm almost. No, I still have a lot of room. 152 out of 200. Yeah. Commander, am I in open? Always. Yes. General Garon. We met the other day, General Garon. You spared my life. Commander General Garon interdicted me last week in my shieldless Type 9. And I had on me 784 tons of something. And he was like, hey, aren't you the guy from Ghost Draft? And I said, I sure am. Nice to meet you. Would you like a treat? And he says, no, I would like your rebuy. And then an NPC ship came in and distracted him. I thought I should leave. But I thought, you know what? let's risk a conversation. So I did, and he the NPC actually got away, and then I started thinking, well, maybe this guy's not so great. But then I said, hey, do you want to come to my fleet carrier? And he says, sure. So he came to the fleet carrier, and I did what all good hosts did in my fleet carrier, is when you come over to the Ghost Draft spacebar, you have to be shown the table of truth. I don't know how many people do this, or even aware that this is possible, but the table in the ready room is mountable. Yes, your ears do not deceive you. You can stand on top of your table in your ready room. I know, I was as shocked as you are. So I told him to come with me, follow me, and he was like, I could tell, he was like, wow, this guy's really creepy. What a weird dude. I've just followed a stranger into his house, and now he says, come upstairs, come and look at my table, the table of truth. And so I came up here, I even invited him to my team, and he was like, okay. And when he came around here, he went in here, and I was already inside, and I was there, stood on this table like a freaking legend. Look at this. Right? And of course I had my like Tony the Tiger get up, right? His door's closed. And here he comes. And I'm like right here. Total flex. Look what I can do. And I'm doing the whole like, you know, doing this, right? The things you do because the game has... When do I jump? Asks Frakes. Let's see. Let's look at all the monitors plastered on the thing in 7 minutes. 7 minutes we jump. So as I came up here and I said, all you need to do is do this. Come stand on the table, as is the custom of my people. And he refused. He walked out the door and left. He ran away, thoroughly freaked out. But alas, here I survived. I lived to tell you the tale, and thus I tell you now. Verily I say to you, such things were had. Okay. The other last night, I was sat here, right? Sitting in this chair, right? I was looking around. I was like, okay. Hey, graduates here. And I was like looking around, and I was coming to this very system. Someone else was here too. Who was it? I think it was Parsival. Might have been Logan. Doesn't matter. Somebody else was on this fleet carrier with me. The fleet carrier took off. It left. I stayed in the system, in this chair, floating in space. The fleet carrier left. Goodbye, fleet carrier, I said. What is my life now? This is great. I get to sit in a chair in space. But I couldn't leave the chair. And normally it teleports me to the chair out there. So the screen went black. It remained black. And then the carrier left. And then I could see stuff, and it was like this, right? But instead of seeing a room with a roof, I saw no room with no roof, only stars. And I couldn't do anything. I couldn't even see my own body. I could see the chair, but I couldn't do anything else. And I thought, oh my goodness. And so I had to like Alt F4. That didn't work. And so I did the task manager, and finally that worked. Do you wish to join me, Cryo Droid? I believe he does. He wishes to become one with the table. Come! You are now friend.
A new commander has joined your team.
Commander Moyo. 856. Come! Come to the table of truth. Cryodroid, the table beckons you. My fleet carrier, thanks to Disemboweled Eagle yesterday. You here. You friend here. Yeah. Okay, watch this. Anyway, so there we go. Yeah, look at that. Yes. Ah. Oh, I'm gonna go sit here. I want to see if I can get left behind again. So, graduate. Let's see if we can get left behind. Anyway, so I was able to restart the game, and what happened? I was in. It sent me back to the station in the last ship I was in. But it said my fleet carrier was in the system. But somebody else who was on the fleet carrier said it was in the other system where I had sent it. And so I leave the station to go find my fleet carrier. Of course, it's not there. The chair's not even there anymore. So then I had to fly it all the way to the fleet carrier. That's my story. Anyways, that's the time that I accidentally fell off my fleet carrier. It's pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. It's all true. Geno couldn't handle the table of truth. Yeah, Buku Fish says, I watched the fleet carrier leave, return, and then leave again. Yeah. Yep. Let's see, how much time here? I can't... Graduate, your nameplate is blocking... Okay, right there. Now, I was able to... Graduate, I was able to glitch the game where it allowed me to walk around during hyper jump. I was able to even go inside of this room and look out the window as we were going through hyper jump. I haven't been able to recreate... Oh, here we go. I haven't been able to recreate that. Don't know. But it would have been really cool to recreate it, and I recorded it. I ended up over there. For the hyper jump, I walked to the... I call this the science center here. I stood here, and then while the jump was happening, it nailed my boots to the ground and I couldn't move. And I stood right here doing the jump. It was really weird. But my body wasn't there. It wasn't there. I was in my own body, looking at myself. Such is nature of traveling through witch space. I know, right? Let's see. We're getting explanations as to why the fleet carrier left me behind. The update server for fleet carrier jumps seems off. Most of the... Friend! Who is this? We're about to leave in about 1:35 seconds. Actually, stay right there. I want to see if we can ram into you. Think we'll ram into you? You're just in a type 9. So you'll lose 7 million, but that's fine. That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Cryjoy agrees. Oh, if I clap at you? No, I can't clap at you. I wanted to see if your lights would turn on. But no, they do not. Sacrifice the T9. Oh, Logan didn't make it in time. Well, Logan, we're not going that far. Oh, I can't even check galaxy map and sitting here. So they make us sit here for 2.5 minutes doing nothing. It gives us this thing to look at. Oh, great! Now I remember the name of my freaking fleet carrier. But that's it. I wish it allow you to access stuff, because this 2 minutes is sitting here. It's too much for me. 34 seconds. Okay, here we go. All right, I want to see what happens. I'm gonna start recording. I want to record this in case something happens. Turn your lights on. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, here we go. Your landing gear is down, so that'll make you harder to move. Oh, is it shooting you away? I think it pushed him away. I think it created an exclusion box and threw him into the ether. Because I know from making lots of videos with battle cruisers, it will throw your ship out of the battle cruiser as it's jumping. But sometimes it'll ram you into its hull and cause damage upon your ship. So I don't recommend it, especially if you have no shields. We're almost there. Now imagine how long it would take to fly all of our ships. Not just fly all of our ships, but then send all of our ships to the station here. It would cost like $1 million, and it would take like 2 hours to get all of our ships into the system. Now we just take the engineering taxi. There's a planet right there. Oh, everybody stretch. It's always so dark after this. Okay, let's go downstairs. Yeah, being able to emote in the ship would be fantastic. It's like clapping. Alright, which ship are we gonna go in? Okay, let me go over here. Okay, which ship are we using first? Let me, again, I am done with my Orca. My Orca is fine. I think I'm gonna take downstairs the Omnometron. Let's see. Okay, this thing. Okay, thrusters. We need to fix those clean drives, right? And then for frame shift drive, I need the experimental effect. So we're going to take this first. Down to Farseer. We're going to use this ship. And we're going to... I see dude with interdictor. Fantastic. Guys, game's afoot. Graduate, get out of the bar. Let's go. We got... Hurry. You go that way. I go this way. Oh no! Ugh, I'm in the wrong ship! Oh no, they didn't open for me. Hurry, you get in that one. I'll catch the next one. Why are you in a Sidewinder? Don't answer my question. Okay, here we go. Going back in here. Why did it let me try to get into a Sidewinder? I can't even fit in the Sidewinder. Can I fit in a Sidewinder? He asks himself. He does not know. Okay, I am going here. I'm Omnometron. All the things that bring to Commander Otto something. Oh, Crowdred says, I'll have you know this is the deadliest sighty in the galaxy. Goodness me. Goodness me. Alright guys, heads up. Heads up, bottoms up. There is a guy on the loose here. He's gonna target us and make us try to go to Frowntown. I say, not today, friend. I don't even have a passport. Okay. Okay. Breathe. Remember your training. Okay, do I have everything on my ship that I need on my ship? I don't. Okay, this shield generator. You know what? Let's just do it. Let's go. I'm all in. Ravenloft. Don't go there. Let's see here. There. I don't need to see everyone's freaking fleet carrier. I just need to see Farseer. Alright. We're taking off, friends. Woohoo! Look at this. Farewell, spacebar. I hope we don't see you too soon in a rebuy menu. Look at that. That's a sight. That is a sight. Whoa. This is why I fly the Type 9. This very reason. God, that's cool. This thing, I love it. Okay, let's go. Going into space.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright. Everyone, keep your eyes out. Take them right out of your head. And look around. Okay, let me put on the police scanner. Let's see, my police scanner says the bandwidth is 5,000, 6,000, 3,000. Okay, there's only one other person in this instance with us. Frakes, you need a wing? You got it. Frakes. Invite the team. There's only one other person here, so... No! 2 people have... Okay, now there's 2 people here. Oh, because Frakes joined us, that's why. I think we're fine. Okay, now it's to 30,000. Okay. No, now it's back down to 2,000. So there's only one other person in the system with us. We're A-okay. That's some good B-roll. It sure is. I wish I had recorded it. Mr. Garen, we might need your assistance today. We might need you to run screen. I heard tell of your abilities. And to be frank, we share the same ship skin. We're skin buddies. Is that a thing? Should I even say that? But look at this, we share the same ship skin. That should count for something. Okay. Why are we so far away? Okay, so I put myself in the worst possible place. What planet is this? 9. Okay, I'm gonna change the carrier go there instead because I put it literally on the other side of the solar system. Let's see. What place is closer? 6B. I'll try to get it closer. Once we get on there, I'll try to get the fleet carrier a bit closer. Okay, we're fine. The bandwidth is only showing one other ship here. Actually, 1 to 2 other ships here. General Garen, you are our only hope. Oh, Frakes is even here yet. Okay, so Cryodroid, you are my main hard point. So make sure if I get interdicted, you also come. Does anyone remember Dr. I forget his name. He was a well-known elite dangerous commander. Not Dr. Kai. I don't remember. Anyways, I made friends with him one time out here because I got interdicted and we weren't in a wing or anything. He saw that and he jumped in to help me and he saved me. And I was like, awesome, thank you, Dr. Whatever. And he says, no problem, kid. And then he like gave me a little like punch on the shoulder, and then he winked as he like hyper jumped away. And I was like, one day that's gonna be me. And I think to myself, I should return to this system and help people. But every time I tried to do that, I end up getting bored, and I interdict honest people like me and Cryodroid, just to say, "Wow, I'm interdicting you! Look what I did! Ha 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 ha!" And then they're like, "Oh my God, you've become what you sought to destroy." And for that, I relinquish my reins of trying to be of paying it forward, because some people shouldn't do that. It's nice to know your limits. Okay, here we go. My limits are being a good person. Let's go. Turn around. I will say that flying this T-10 in Super Cruise is quite the chore, but it only adds to the mystique of flying a very large ship, right? It reminds me, you are flying a mobile space station weapons platform, if you forgot. Look at these noobs. Look at these thirsty fleet carriers I wish I were parked right next to Farseer. This planet. Okay. Have you guys seen the video of the guy in the SRV in orbit around Farseer? Now, I don't mean that he went to space using his SRV. That's easy to do, you know, relative wise. What I mean is he was able to get the speed of his SRV so fast that he was able to orbit around the planet. Not out here, but like if he went any slower, he'd fall back down to the ground. That's what I mean. He went in orbit. How he did that was he did a lot of jumps. Like he jumped up and he came down and he would hit a rock and it would send him shooting back up into the sky, like really, really high up. But he couldn't go too high, otherwise it would take him into orbital cruise and then he'd just be stuck going into space. And he was able to finally establish a stable orbit. And he did it aiming to orbit right over Farseer's base. So I don't remember how long it took to do an orbit, but every so often he would fly over Farseer. So not only was he able to do it, he was able to aim it so that way he'd have a landmark to look at as he passed over. One of the greatest Elite Dangerous videos I've ever seen. Okay, here we go, we're landing. Where am I? Where's my parking space? Landing pad 8.
Lakon Mike Alpha Romeo Heavy.
Landing pad 8. Oh, it's over here.
Routine. Please observe docking
That?
protocols.
Okay.
Access granted.
I'm actually
Proceed
surprised
to
no one is
landing
here.
pad 08.
Because usually there's a lot of dudes here trying to make everyone's day a little bit better with bullets and lasers. And when I say better, I mean badder. Okay, landing gear. And we did it. We landed. Alright, first and foremost, we're going to try to get our fleet carrier in a better position. Because that flight over here, holy moly,
Your arrival has been
just the
noted.
worst. Okay. View system map. I'm gonna go for it. Does it work? No way, it worked. I should have tried it the first time. Okay, now my fleet carrier is one of those thirsty ships. Okay, so local services. What can Farseer do for me? I'll tell you what it can do for me. It could have like a shipyard. That would be freaking great. Always check. Engineering's workshop. All right. Surface scanner. Already worked on. Engines. Okay, engines. That's right. Okay. Do I want to do this? Okay, thermal load. Power draw. Okay, so it does draw more power. If I did this, look, my thermal reload goes up so high. Are you guys sure I should do this? Look at my thermal load goes up 40%. Okay, experimental effect. I have enough for stuff. Thermal spread. Thermal load goes down by 10%. Optimal mass. No. Drag drives. Thermal load goes up 10%. Strip down. There are two modules I am afraid to mess with once I've engineered them. Number one is engines. Number two is the power distributor. Because sometimes I mess with the power distributor and then everything goes haywire. Okay, let me go to FSD. Oh, look at this. This is a legacy mod. Yeah, I'm gonna have to convert it. Okay, so FSD. Okay, I don't have that, but I can do experimental effect, which is mass manager. That's what I want for this, right? Okay, I am going to put mass manager on this. That's the right one. Okay. Okay, put mass manager on it. I don't have arsenic or chemical manipulators. I can easily get those at a materials thing, and then mess with the actual engineering of the ship somewhere else. But the main reason I'm here is because a lot of my ships don't have the experimentals that I want them to have. Okay, so we did that. Shield boosters. Okay, heavy duty shield booster. I want to see. It's got heavy duty already. Experimental effect. This one has thermal block on it. Okay, so I already have something on there. I think all these shield boosters have something on it. Let's see. Yeah, I already have. Okay, all these ones already have resistances on them, so we're fine there. Okay, 30 grade 5 with drag in almost all scenarios. Occasionally, drive distributors on smaller vessels. Never clean. Okay. Fine. I'll believe you this time. Okay, guys. Ready to really screw up my ship? Are we ready for this? Let's do it. Never clean. Look at that. It's telling me, are you sure? It's going to overwrite something you did long time ago. Hold on. I'm going to do an experiment. I want to see how fast this thing was before I make it how it's going to be. And I know I can only get to grade 3 here, but I have the blueprint. I can get it to grade 5 later on. I've done a lot of... Another real cool thing about doing massacre missions is that a lot of the rewards give you grade 5 level mats, and then you can use those to convert into other materials that you'll need at a material trader. So for manufactured or data materials, it'll give you. It won't give you raw materials. Alright, so my top speed right now, not that this thing needs it, because with a turreted type 10, you want the enemies come to you. You don't need to go to them. They come to you, they die. But it's nice to not fly at 278 meters per second. That's slow. Okay, let's see if we can get that any higher. Engineer workshop. Engines. Thrusters. Dirty draft. Are we sure? There it goes. What? Where did everything go? Okay. There we go. Okay. And then there we go. Alright. Now I want to look at the speed, but most importantly... Okay, now it's 269. What was it, 275 last time? Okay, then the next thing I do is going to go higher anyway. But what I should have looked out before I did this was this here. Can anybody look at the footage before and tell me what this used to be? I should have looked at this before I did this. Right now it's at 36.74 megawatts. What was it at prior to this? Can somebody tell me? Just like rewind the stream. Go back in time and tell me. Was that 36? 36.7. No, that's what it's at now. So you tell me it was at 36.74 prior? Okay. Okay, it breaks. Because then that will determine what kind of experimental I put on this. Experimental effect. Thermal load, mass, a little bit higher. Drag drives, thermal load's gonna be higher. It was at 37.74. Let's do it. Let's go for it. I'm in. Okay. So I did that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do this. And I think that should take me to grade 4. I can do that on a different station. Okay, now let's look at it in the engineering. Okay, now it does 287, marginally faster. This is still 3674. Oh wait, that's okay. Yeah, this is total power, but then how much heat it's generating, that's a different thing altogether, right? Before, I had no heat problems with this ship, so if it gives me any heat problems, I know where that came from. But I think I'm done with this ship. Let's see. Let me take a look again. Oops. Surface scanners, FSD. We did FSD. Power plants. I think I'm fine here. Sensors. Yeah, I'm fine here. Oh wait, that's a legacy mod. I need to go somewhere else to fix that though. I'm not gonna do that here. Wait, the only thing. Let me look at the sensors. Oh, so the problem with doing a legacy mod is that it would have to be converted anyway. And only then would I be able to do the lightweight, do a strip down. Let me look at the sensors as they are now and see if they even need to be stripped down, because it could be just like 4 tons. Sensors. Oh wait, I was gonna change this, so never mind. I was gonna change this to grade A actually, and it wouldn't matter because look, the mass is. Yeah, I wouldn't need to add strip down to this. It's not. It doesn't need it. Cryodroid is telling me to hold still. Frakes just said damn. Okay, I think they're talking to each other. And both of their shields are going down. Oh, they're shooting. Cryodroid's showing Frakes something. Oh, I want to see. Okay. Cryodroid, I want you to shoot at me now. Shoot at me next. But before that, let me just double check. Do I need anything else here? No, I think I'm good. Okay, I'm coming up. Launch. John Smith says, I tried map mining like in your last stream and it worked really well. Fantastic. How many how much tons of platinum did you get, John Smith? Okay, Cryodroid.
Restraints disengaged. Commence.
I want you to shoot at me next. Where are you? Whoa, this thing moves. Oh, this feels different. Oh yeah, this is different. Wow, it's so funny how even just a grade 3, you can tell that this is different. Oh, this moves a lot more fluid than it did before. And I'm not heating up. Look at that. It's staying at 42%. Let me turn on stuff. Now it's at 47%. Okay, okay. I'm over here now. All right, Cryodroid, what are you gonna do? Shoot me? What's that? Oh, I get it, because he's in a Sidewinder. Okay. So in a Sidewinder, that's impressive. Okay, I get it. Yeah, look at me. Very nice. I'm gonna run away now. Likey, no likey. Those, Cryo, what are those? Frakes is flying a Clipper. I will always be afraid of Clippers because when I first started Elite Dangerous, back when Sparks and I were just flying Vipers and Cobras, whenever we saw a Clipper, we're like, oh man, do we do this? What are you using? What is that? Don't tell me Farseer engineered that for you because you're lying. What is that thing? Cyto Scramblers. Never heard of those. Where's my ship? It's not a weapon a Jedi would give you. Where do you get those? Let's see. Alright. Oh yeah. Turned off all my fleet carriers. There it is. Archon Delane. Oh wait, didn't he die? Archon. Power overwhelming. Whoever runs Kumo these days. Kumo crew. I don't know. I've heard of Kumo crew. Where are we going? Well, I'm gonna get more ship. This is less ship than I want. I want another ship. I've upgraded this one to where I need it to be, so now I'm gonna get new ship. Frake says I'm wanted in Farseer. I'm wanted in half the bubble. I used to be wanted, but then I went mining, and then my notoriety went away. They're like, you've done your time. Apparently, doing mining is like doing like community service. Because I used to have a notoriety of 3, because I was doing a bunch of settlement missions where you have to like murder everybody. Look at this. I parked the Ghost Draft spacebar closer. You're wanted Colonia. I couldn't venture why. I don't know. You know what's funny? In my what's it called? In my carrier, I had 3 tons of what? I'll show you. These mysterious. Okay, I know you can't just go to somebody's carrier and drop off stuff. I know that's not a thing. But one day I went to my carrier and I looked in its inventory and had 3 tons of this random thing in there. And I don't know. Oh yeah, escape pods. It had 3 tons. It had 3 escape pods in the carrier. Cryodroid's being interdicted. Somebody's seen your handiwork. Yeah, Cryodroid, why don't you type to us and let us know what it is you're being attacked by? It looks like it was an NPC because he was able to get out of it. Okay, next on the menu. This guy, this Type 10, just for its engines and its FSD, is done here. The next ship to redo. Okay, let me look at this place. Hold on. Let me look at my cutter. I feel like taking my cutter down during stream is not a good idea, but here we are. No, cutter's fine. Cosmic Squid? Cosmic Squid needs some work. Ixilion? This one? Mass Manager Thrusters, Dirty Drive. Oh, this one needs... okay, wait, let's do this one. This one needs... Dirty Drives. Let me double make sure it doesn't have any. Karen, thanks for complimenting the fleet carrier. Okay. So what we're doing? Yeah, this. Power plant thrusters. Okay, this needs. That one has mass manager, but this one needs drag drives. Launch. Okay, putting drag drives onto this ship here. I use this ship quite often, and I feel like I'm gonna transfer from using this as a anti-Thargoid ship to doing a Crusader or a Chieftain, and then use this ship for other purposes. I really like this ship. I've said before, had I played the game and this ship was out before the Python, I would have said this ship is one of my favorite ships to play, because it's everything a Python I wish the Python was. And what that amounts to is better maneuverability and a fighter bay. That's it. That's all I want from a Python, is actually just that fighter bay. Oh, you can see the light from here. My god. Oh wait, no, that's a commander ship. Who's that? Kevalos. Squadron. Mexp. Alright, coming in for a landing. There we go. And, okay, so my fleet carrier is going to be in the system for quite some time, because I need to cycle through all of my ships. And oh no, Cryojoid. I think Cryojoid either rammed something and blew up, or he got disconnected. I venture to guess he ran something and blew up. But if you guys want to come and take advantage of my fleet carrier being in system, right next to Farseer, like I'm like right above the planet. I have a shipyard. Come park your stuff and come at this thing for all you got. I will announce in Discord. You changed ships and you didn't die. Oh, you changed ships. Okay, so Roger changed ships but told us he died. The game lied to us. I'm gonna be here for some time, and we're gonna be using the fleet carrier as an engineering taxi. So send all your ships, or send the not all of them. If you want to, send your ships to the fleet carrier, and then I will let people know before I start. Something's over here. I thought I saw something. I was wrong. I saw Raxla.
Access granted.
Okay.
Proceed to
Anyways,
landing
so we'll
pad 0.
go here, and you can go ahead and engineer a ship above Farseer. But let me know that you do in the Discord, because I'll let people know before I go to the next engineering place, which is probably going to be the Armorer, Celine Jean. And I'll let people know when I go there. Because I have in my blueprints, I have a lot of blueprints.
Touchdown complete. Engaging ship restraint.
Celine Jean.
Your arrival has been
Where is she?
noted.
She's the Armorer. Celine Jean. I have her heavy duty hull reinforcement. However, the armor reinforcement I don't have for her. So for her to upgrade like the core armor stuff, I would have to actually go to her. Okay, let's look at this ship. Engineering workshop. Engines. Experimental effect. Drag drives. Yes, this has been a long time coming. Finally. Shield boosters. There's legacy mod. Oh well. FSD. This is all fine. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't a legacy mod. Okay, that's all fine. Power plant's fine. Sensors. Lightweight scanner. Okay, this ship's all done. That was fast. Carrier.
Ship restraints disengaged. Commence departure.
One day, fellas, I'm going to go up this tower in an SRV. I saw somebody do it one time. And I know we all know how to wall ride. And I know it's possible because I've seen the video of somebody doing this. And we have to do it. Okay, how fast does this thing go now? It does 524. Oh, look at that power distributor. It's plowing away. That's nice.
Flight control routine. Safe travel, Commander.
There's nothing I love more than a fast ship. I could forego actual weapons and just have a fast ship. You don't need weapons. I defeat you by you not being able to destroy me. that's my angle. Crimson Gamer reference. No, that's been my MO this entire time. Although Crimson Gamer is a really good PvPer. Be fast and nobody hits you. I think I got it from a movie once. What was it? Hold on, let me try to think of the exact quote. Opinion of milk, 2%. Then what's the other 98%? Actually, you know what? I think I got it from playing Diablo 2 back in college. If you had enough, if you did enough damage, you didn't have to worry about your armor. I think that's what it was. But then I've translated that, so instead of stressing about, oh, my armor isn't very good, but if I have enough damage, I could just one-shot stuff, and then you have to worry about armor at all. But then I translated damage to speed. Is all stream going to be Farseer and back? It might be. Riveting content, I know. I didn't know how else to spend my day than forcing all of you guys to watch me do this, and also giving you the opportunity to send your ships to right above the planet instead of having to go to Gary Terminal. Right? This is so much easier than going to Gary Terminal. The stream would still get possibly thousands of views, so content is content. I hope it gets thousands of views. Alright. This ship, done. We did it. Okay, next ship. Oh, I know. Fire Death Storm. Does Fire Death Storm need stuff? It sure does. Look at that. It doesn't have Master Manager. It doesn't have... This one needs work. This is one of my... Hands down one of my favorite ships. Just because I like flying it. Not because of its abilities. It's like with Tenacious D, right? What's the most powerful thing it can do? It moves you. It's the power to move you. Droid is dead again. The reason why I named it Fire Deathstorm is because it cannot do those things. So hopefully those who attack it will think, wow, a Fire Deathstorm. It's so badass it cannot even do grammar correctly. And then I hope, oh cool, I hope nobody actually looks at the contacts and then looks at said ship and then sees that his weapons are basically a bottle of glue and glitter. Let's avoid being hit by that. I have a notepad in front of me, right? Because I thought this stream I would write down some notes, right? I have one thing on it, and it just says Orca. And I'll tell you right now, I don't need to work on the Orca. As we discovered early on in the stream, it's fine. It's the one ship I do take care of. Ooh, Cryodroid's in a dropship. That's a cool ship. I really like the way the Federal ships look. I think they all look really neat. I know they all look the same. It's kind of like with the Chieftains, the Crusaders, and all them. They all look the same, but they look really cool. I was kind of disappointed though when in combat zones, of all the ships they use to drop in new troops, they don't use the one called dropship. They use a vulture, which I would not have placed as my, you know, like if Frontier would come to me and be like, hey Mario Zero, we need a ship that will drop troops on the ground, right? You know, like an attack helicopter, right? Which one should we use? I would say, oh, use the dropship, right? And they were like, okay, I don't think you understand. We don't want to use anything we've used prior because what about a different ship? And then I would say, maybe then a T6 or something, you know? I mean, I don't know. I would not have said a vulture. Vulture to me does not scream, oh, friggin' this paratroop into Storm Normandy using a vulture. The reason why I have auto dock on it, because I cannot stop looking at it while I land it. So pretty. So pretty. Where'd she go? She's in the shadows. Can't see anymore. Keelback would be very good dropship. It would. Especially considering that it has all that room for carrying a fighter. I don't know anymore. Imperial ships. Yes, Imperial ships are beautiful. All of them are beautiful. Although I don't use them. It's funny, because, okay, I was super excited to get the cutter, because like I said, not the cutter, the clipper, because like I said, back in the day when Sparks and I were first starting, we were afraid of clippers. What? What's going on? Engines. Thrusters. Oh, it's a legacy mod. I'm going to have to go to Palin. It can't convert this because it would convert it from a tier 5 to tier 4, and there's no tier 4 here. Okay, good thing I have a fleet carrier, because then I'll go to Palin. I need to go Palin also because I need to get the class 4? No, class... I need to get those anti-corrosive things, and I have the cargo anti-corrosive cargo bay 2s, but I need the 4s. Oh, dang it, I can't use that one. This is how long I've had this ship. So long that I cannot re-engineer it. This is a legacy mod also. Oh god. Fine. I need to convert it at some point. Convert. Yeah. I'm gonna lose. I don't have enough, but that's okay, because now that it's converted, I can go to a place and do it. But this is what I came here for, this stuff here, this mass manager. Okay, it's fine. Sensors, look at this, legacy mod. Okay, I'm gonna have to go to Jameson and change this. Power plant, doesn't need one. Engine, shield boosters, I have shield boosters, but let's see. I use heavy duty. Okay, force block, this gets rid of kinetic things. I would like thermal block though. Flow control, that sounds gross. Supercapacitors. It boosts it even more. I would like thermal block, but I'm gonna need more conductive ceramics. Okay. Going back to the ship. Get more ship. Ran out of ship to fix. There we go.
Ship restraints disengaged.
Try not to waste legacy mods. I'll tell you right now, they weren't God mode legacy mods. The legacy mod that was that's inside of this Python was the used. It was a hand-me-down of the Orca, and the Orca got rid of these modules because what the Orca is using now is better than what is inside of this Python. Buy new ship parts. Not waste legacy mods. No. Yeah. Because another thing I want to do, I don't want to keep just saving a bunch of modules because I'm running out of room. And even if I wasn't running out of room, I don't want to have to go through all of my modules just to be like, okay, that's the one I need. Having said that, I don't have it in my heart to sell my Class 6D thrusters that I put. What did I put on those things? I think I put Class D thrusters 6 that I have the lightweight, I think, on it. Why would I have that? The reason is when I first got the Anaconda, I wanted it to have a really long jump range. The Class 6 was the lowest I could put on it, and I wanted them to weigh less, so they were like stripped down. And the reason why I had that is this is back way long time ago, before engineering. It sounds weird because I'm telling you engineering stuff, but before engineering happened, I used to go to Sothis and Ceos, and I would get a bunch of cargo missions, and this was like big deal back then. I would get cargo missions, and I would stack them, like 9 of them, and it would be like 60 million. Oh my god, can you believe it? This is the early days in the game, and I was like, oh man, look at me, 60 million. It's only like 30 jumps. And so that's why those that's why I have those. And every time I see those drives, it reminds me of those times, and it gives me nostalgias. It gives me the feels, so that's why I still have them. Here's my Ashes of Alar. This ship was the fastest ship I had in the game until I made this one here. And if you know what the reference is here, you'll understand why it's named this. I should have bought an Aurora ship skin for this, because that would match the name. But this used to be really fast. But then I got this. and it's way faster. Now someone will say in the comments that they're the same speed. This one, if you go, okay, let's look at the speed. This one, the parts for this are somewhere else. So right now it says 404. But this one, I think goes to 980 or something like that. I think the top speed is 980. This one is 815 because if you try to fly it at the top speed it can go in game, it's not a very good ship. So I've added things like a mine launcher, um, some shields, right, and a frame drive interdictor, because I like pulling over people who are trying to gank people in CGs, and then they can't hit me. I literally outrun missiles with this thing. So this one can turn so fast, but the Eagle, the Imperial Eagle, is the worst at turning. If you try turning, you cannot. False. Turning equals false. So I don't fly that thing, but I still have it. Why? Because it's cool. Alright, this one here, this one's all good. My cutter here, all good. The internals, fantastic. I love it. It needs better of these things, so I need to go and engineer this stuff here. Let's look at its shields. Wow. No shields. Why do I have cargo here? What was I doing in this ship? I swear, sometimes I don't know how I make it so far as a YouTuber and I have a ship like this. This Federal gunship is because I wanted it, and I said, great, now I have one. Look at this. I've done nothing with this. This thing here, this is just for speed. It goes 641 meters per second, and it's a cool looking ship. It's just for going fast. I've seen people use these ships legitimately, and I want to do that. I know this is a wrong number. It's not P-48. I think it's something else. This is incorrect. Don't get mad at me. Okay, this one. Oops. Okay, 30 drive. You know what? I'm tempted to put drag drives on this, but I will not. Okay, 30 drive tunneling. No, that one's fine. This one's fine. Okay, this one I'll put guys, should I put drag drives on this or not? Because I know it's not that fast anyway. Everyone's talking about Raxla. Does anyone I didn't realize you guys were having a whole other conversation. Should I, with my Federal Corvette, should I invest into drag drives? Drag drives on anything larger than a Vulture. Probably on Triton. This is what people are saying. So put drag drives only if I'm on Triton. You got it. We're going to Triton. This thing takes a while to load, eh? Jeez, this must be a big ship because look how long it's taking to load. Alright. Hey, can you reinvite me? It asks Cryodroid. Yes, I can. Why are you way over there? Why are you so far from where I am? Launch. Don't ask how I got here because I don't know. Hey, likewise, right? My carrier was in 2 places at once. It was super positioned. I was floating in space. Whee! This is a cool ship. This is one of the coolest ships in the game. goes 330 meters per second, so it's not a fast ship. But man, it's the pitch on it, fantastic. And then once you throw on flight assist off, man, look how much you spin, right? Revolutions per minute equals many. Alright, let's go here, let's get rid of all these guys. Head to the surface. There we go. You know, it's funny because if you look at the Corvette, it looks like it's a fast ship, especially with the name Corvette. Now, I know that Corvette doesn't mean it's fast. It's not race car. It means like a certain type of naval ship that blows things up. I think a Corvette is it lighter than a cruiser? Is that what it is? Which is lighter. A cruiser is then lighter than a battleship. But Corvette is bigger than destroyer. These days, though, they're getting rid of all that stuff. Everything's either destroyer or Corvette or a missile. I'd like to do some I know this sounds weird, but I would like to do some exploring with the Corvette because this thing has the chrome skin and it looks beautiful. Imagine it. Imagine this, right? Let me get into the sunshine here. Imagine this with some nebulas reflecting off of it. Right now it looks all black because it's basically chrome just makes your ship invisible. It takes the color of whatever's around it. But if this were like, you know, in the Veil Nebula or any nebula for that, what have you, it would just look so cool. I would love to explore with this. Oh god, that's the ground. That's the ground. Let's boost at it. It goes zoom.
Core dynamics like Alpha Romeo Heavy commencing automated flight control routine. Please observe docking protocols.
So when I look at these. So when I look at my trail. It's purple. Purple trail.
Access granted. Proceed to
Down here.
landing pad 05.
I need to land here. One of the great things about this ship is its shield generator is so great. You do not need flying skills to land. You can just throw it at any landing pad and you're fine. Look at that.
Touchdown complete. Engaging ship restraints. Your arrival
Engineer's
has been
workshop.
noted.
Okay, engines. Yes. Experimental. Yes. Drag drives. This will be the last drag drive, so I only have 3 hybrid capacitors left. Yes. Okay. FSD. Oh, it's a legacy mod. I'm gonna have to convert it. Then experimental, mass manager. I get plenty for mass manager. Great. Alright, and then that's it for this. Sensors. Oh, this is a legacy mod also. Launch. Cryo's having a hard time.
Restraints disengaged. Commence departure.
Woo, look at this thing fly. Alright. Marginally faster. I'm glad I did that just to get out of the way. Because there are some experimental effects that I keep saying to myself, you know, one day I should just put drag drives onto this thing. I don't need it, but I'm tired of saying that, having that conversation in my head, And I'm glad that conversation will never be had again when it comes to this ship. There we go. This is like spring cleaning of engineering. That's what this stream is. Roger, what are you doing? What are you doing there, bud? I'm gonna blow something up. Do I have guns on this thing? I do. I'm gonna blow something up. What should we blow up? Should I blow you up? You wanna blow me up? Let's blow somebody up. Just not to the death. Alright. Yeah, me too. 20 million, not to death. Alright. Let's do it here. Come to where I am. I don't think I'm going to win this fight. Especially considering I have a fighter and I don't have I don't have a dude in there. I just want to do something different. I just want to feel something again, Cryodroid. Speaking of which, make sure, I know we're in wing, make sure crimes are off. No cops. I don't know where it is. There it is. Okay, it is off. Alright, Graduate, I'm waiting for you. There you are. I see you creeping. You're coming. I want to see if this thing can do anything. Here we go. It's battle time. Let's get some battle music going. There we go. Battle music engaged. Where'd he go? There he is. Game's afoot. Here we go. Coming in. I don't know what kind of weapons he has. He could have bogus weapons that make no sense in space or time. Boost away. Firing my guns. Shoot time. Got his shields down 35%. That's a lot of blowing up stuff. All right. Coming around. Boosting sideways. Best way to boost. What are those things? Those things are exploding, and I'm spinning it. This is a disaster. I have no control over my ship. I have no control of the ship. There we go. Aha. There we go. I'm fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. How are you? Okay, I think I see what he's doing. He's using my only weakness. Bullets! Wait, he's flying in. I think he's flying into his own traps. Cryodroid, at what point should we stop shooting at each other? Like when you get to like 50% or something? 25%. Good old 25%. Where'd he at? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Not yet, Frakes. I'm feeling... I have a feeling I got this. Okay. Okay. I'm done. No energies. I win! That wasn't so bad. Okay, so Krajek, what were you using? What were those things? Were those mines? Were you trying to knock out my shields? Wacky mines. What are wacky mines? Did you run into your own wacky mines more than me? Because I think that's what happened. Yeah, I think you're running into your own mines. That was cool. Alright, Frakes, you want to go? To 25% or 50%? Let's do 50%.
Assistência de voo desativada.
50%. Okay, cool. All right, you get the boss level music also. Here we go. Oh, you have some good shields there. Those shields, they're doing some shielding. Wait, now they're going down. Am I hitting you? I feel like I'm doing the opposite of hitting you. I'm not hitting you at all. How am I not hitting you? What you got on that thing? Or are you recharging your ship? Is that what it is? There we go. Okay, using some shield thingy-majiggers. I bet all the people, all you guys who actually do PvP stuff are like, oh my god, are these guys? Is this what they consider PvP? Do they think they're winning? Okay, I realize I can withstand just sitting here. Firing guns. I'm gonna continue doing this. Where he go? Where he go? There we go. Alright, so you want to invest in a 4A beam build. I think you're right, because these are all just multi-cannons. Uh-oh. Your shields are down. Okay, I'm gonna stop shooting at you now. Because I have a feeling this this match is gonna go one way, not the other. Okay, good job, Frakes. Those are good shields you had there. Phase sequence lasers? Are you asking if I have those? I do not. PAs are also deadly, but require good aim. I do not have that. I'm doing my chaff and celebration. Celebratory chaff engaged. Well, I think that's about it, guys. Potato Island, I'm sorry, we've run out of time. But yeah, thanks for joining in. No, but what you can do is you can land for the rest of the day at the Ghost Draft spacebar here in above Farseer. and engineering ships. I will later this evening be delivering, like I showed you, all those bauxite things. So I will be doing that later, but I'll let people know in the Discord when that happens. So you're not just like here and then like all of a sudden somewhere else. But if you guys want, we could do a stream where we go to a whole bunch of places, and we could be an engineering taxi. I don't know if that's something you guys want, or maybe you want that off stream and we just have that as a service. We'll discuss it later. Bring it up in Discord. Anyways, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you had a good time. I had a good time. Thanks, Cryjoid. Thanks, Frakes. And sorry, everybody, but it's time to go make dinner and be an actual adult and do things. That's it. Bye. And